Hello, my beautiful friend. Welcome. I'm going to give you a tour of a little condo that I renovated and staged. Come on in. Before we get into the tour, I want to give you a little background information on this condo. So it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, and my client specifically wanted to move into this building, but there were no other units available at all, and this one was in major disrepair. I'm talking it had dirty carpet in the bedroom. The paint on the walls was filthy in literally every room, so it was not very desirable. It was a contractor special, so it still had the original bathroom from when the building was built. The kitchen had black appliances. No backsplash, so it really was not a beautiful, welcoming unit, and a lot of people have a hard time visualizing what it can look like later, and a lot of people don't want to do the work or can't afford the price of the work after purchasing a condo or a home. So I suggested we renovate it to bring it up to a higher standard to make it more livable. So this tour really is about showing you what you can turn something into without breaking the bank. And also, this is not a finished, perfectly decorated place. It was staged to sell, so we could not put artwork on the walls because we didn't want to make nail holes that we were just going to have to patch and paint later. So please bear in mind, this is a little bit different type of home tour than you're accustomed to seeing. All right, with all that being said, let me dive into a little bit more detail of exactly what it looked like and what we did to the space. So, as I said, when my client bought this place, the flooring was maple flooring, but not in the bedroom. And so she chose to change the flooring throughout so that it'd be a uniform flooring. And she really liked this gray look flooring that she'd seen before. So the client picked the floors, but we did run it throughout the entire unit, getting rid of the filthy carpet in the bedroom. So that was a huge plus. In the bathroom, we put in a brand new hexagon tile floor on top of renovating the rest of the bathroom. The previous paint job was not very well done, and the walls were really, really dirty from years and years of living in the space. And so we brought in and did a 5-star, high-quality paint job. I know a lot of people think they can save money by just painting themselves, and if you know how to paint, you can do a good job, great. That's a fabulous area where you can save money doing it yourself. But if you can afford the cost of a painter, I suggest using someone who is actually a really experienced painter, which means they don't need to use blue tape along trim lines. They can actually cut in those lines perfectly and beautifully. They're going to ultimately be doing it faster if they're trained and can do it that way, and using the right type of paints for the job, so you get a really furniture finish on your doors and trim, and all of your walls are smooth and look perfect. So that's what we did here. It really elevates the space, makes it feel richer when you have a super high quality paint job. So people really underestimate the value of paint, and I think it's one of the most important things because there is paint in literally every single room of your home, and it's one area that you can really transform a space by high quality work and also by choice of colors. This place is predominantly a gray and white color scheme. That was the client's choice, and it's a north facing unit, and so we went with white throughout except for in the bathroom, really to brighten up the space and to enlarge it and make it a lot lighter and airier. All right, so we're in the living room, which is the main living space in the condo, and there are certain things that we did and did not do in here. The client did pick out this sofa, and that was about the only piece of furniture in this room other than the bar stools. And so there wasn't much to work with in terms of getting it staged before we sell it. So a staged place always is going to show better. It's going to show better in the photographs. It's going to show better when people come in. So we started with the sofa that she had, and then I brought in a throw. These pillows came with the couch. The gray pillow was actually in the bedroom. I moved it here, so I just added the throw and some of this other furniture. So the coffee table I brought in, the rug I brought in, the items on the coffee table, the book is thrifted, the vase is thrifted, and the other items are just some candles that I bought new. And I think it's always really important to put fresh flowers in a space. It adds color, it adds a pop of brightness to a space, it gives it some life, so it's not just a sterile space. The color palette here is very gray, white, and beige, and by bringing in just some fresh flowers, it really enlivens the space. So another thing that we did here was brought in this chair, and I actually found this down the street at my neighbors in their trash. They were moving out, and so they put a set of 4 chairs out, so the chairs actually were garbage picked. So I really like thrifting, and if I can garbage pick something for staging, why not? It works. And that's a cheap way for you to get some furniture as well. You never know what great things you might find in the alley. All right, moving into the bedroom. Again, the client picked out the bed, so we ordered that when she first moved in, and it was like she almost didn't really move all the way in. Initially, there was actually a cardboard box as a nightstand next to the bed, but she did pick out the bed and the bedding, so I had that to work with. And pretty much everything else I brought in. So the nightstands, actually, I thrifted and found these at Salvation Army. They're originally from Target, and everything, the lamp was hers, but the other items on the nightstand, I thrifted these vases and again, put fresh flowers in here to brighten up the space. And there are a few other decor pieces that I brought in that I just got at like a Home Goods. And again, some fresh plants to give the space some life. The bedroom has 2 double closets, and I brought in an organizer, and so I told her to Marie Kondo the closet so that it looks like there's enough storage space here, and I think she did a pretty good job. The bathroom was pretty much a complete redo. We brought in a new vanity with a Carrara marble top, new sink and faucet. I mentioned earlier we did the floors in a white hex. The renovations were done during COVID when supplies were very limited, so we did not get to put in the actual tile floor my client wanted at the time, but I think this one came out really nicely. Also put in a new toilet, new light fixtures, and the tub and surround were here, and they were perfectly fine, so we left those. And all of these other staging items were things that I brought in. Some of them were in my inventory, like the little towel holder and the soap dish. And on the toilet, I actually thrifted this coral and that candle are both from Goodwill. And this little piece of art that I brought in, I actually got that, I think it was $5 in an art vending machine that I found in a small town. So kind of a cute and interesting way to find a piece of art, but that's where that came from. I even brought in the toilet paper stand for staging because, again, she really hadn't moved in. So there were no towel bars in the bathroom, nor a toilet paper holder. So I just brought in some, and the new owner can kind of put up what they want. Again, we didn't want to put up something they wouldn't like or add any holes to the wall. And so that's what we did in the bathroom. It was really simple. We used what we had and made do and brought in other things that we could. All right, since we're right here, I'll show you the little laundry area before we make it to the kitchen. So her laundry area was actually quite a mess when I found it. And so we kind of just emptied it. We folded all her towels. We put her detergent and cling sheets into containers so that when a buyer would open this, or if it was your space and you're the homeowner, when you open this, it makes it a really pleasant experience to do laundry. And again, I brought in a thrifted vase and some little stems to kind of hide the ductwork. Again, to just make it a little bit more pretty. So this was a pretty dramatic before and after space, and I think it's really important because having in-unit laundry in a condo is pretty important to people. Nobody wants to go down to a basement to do laundry, so having a pleasant space is really a plus. All right, moving into the kitchen. Again, if it was me and I tried to convince the client to change the cabinetry, at least to something else that's neutral like white, but it was not in their budget, so I had to work with the existing cabinetry. However, the client did want to bring in new appliances, so we put in brand new high-end stainless steel appliances, a new stainless steel sink and faucet, and also we put in a backsplash because there was no backsplash here initially. So we brought in this gorgeous white backsplash, and again, that's a simple touch that really can elevate the space. In terms of the staging, what I did here is I brought in a rug, again, in that neutral color palette because we've got the gray, the stainless, beige in the kitchen, so I brought in a rug with those colors in it. Some little staging things that I brought in were these kitchen towels. This is a thrifted little vessel that I found, and I think I got this just at like a Home Goods, a soap dish. So you want it to like look like what you're really going to be using in the kitchen with your staging stuff. And you want to kind of minimize what's on the counter. So you still want it to look like someone lives here, so you're going to keep a coffee maker and utensils or things like that, but you can still make it look useful and beautiful, especially when you're staging. And the shelving behind me, most of these items, except for the things on the top shelf, were the clients. So I always use and work with what's already there and then just kind of build off of that. And this is just a little thrifted item, and so is this actually. And then I knew a plant wouldn't live here, so I got some dried floral for the top shelf just to give it a little bit of life up there. And that really rounds out what we did in the kitchen. All right, my friend, that concludes the tour of the condo. Let me know in the comments below which room you liked the best. I think in terms of a decor transformation, the living room was the biggest change. And I think in terms of a physical transformation to the space, the bathroom remodel made the biggest impact. If you're interested in any of the furniture or decor items that I used in the space, I will leave links to those items in the description box below. Thanks for joining me on this condo tour. All right, well, now it's time for me to unstage the entire condo. I got to pack up all my stuff and get it out of here so this condo can be sold. So until next time, ciao for now. Thanks for coming.